تضيق خلقك. الحمد لله ما حد بياخذ منك رزقك. هدي وارتاح تابر واطمح من حقك، بس بلاش العين. لا 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 ما تسوى الدنيا تضيق خلقك. الحمد لله ما حد بياخذ منك رزقك. هدي وارتاح تابر واطمح من حقك، بس بلاش العين.
A warm welcome for you all to the second Indonesian Day. With me, I'm the host today. I'm the MC, Dari Santi. This year, we are honored to be once again to host this event, which aims at promoting Indonesia's trade, tourism, and investment, and showcasing Indonesia's cultural diversity to the Capetonians and the general public at large.
We want to start any activities, and it shows that whatever our endeavor, we always bring our tradition. I forgot to bring
Sheikh Yusuf of Makassar hails from a place in Indonesia called Makassar, and he came here to Cape Town, South Africa, as a Dutch exile. He was first deported from Indonesia to Sri Lanka, and thereafter he was in exile and came here, banished to the Cape. And this is where he established himself in an area called Sunfleet near Makassar, where his grave is today. And Sheikh Yusuf was responsible and planted the seeds for the development of the Muslim community here in Cape Town. And he brought along with him this message of Islam, and this message of Islam spread throughout the Cape. For what we have today, this very rich culture, because of the heritage of Sheikh Yusuf of Makassar, this link between Makassar in Indonesia and also a place called Makassar here in Cape Town, and this is where Sheikh Yusuf is buried today. And up till today, this legacy of Sheikh Yusuf continues. We still commemorate his coming every year, and hence this exhibit here today to showcase and to remember the contribution that he made, especially to the Cape Muslim community. And it is important for us to always remember this history, to cherish this history, because it's because of history that we know where we come from, that we as a community know where we're going to. And this is briefly the story of Sheikh Yusuf and the impact that he had, especially on the Cape community. And a couple of years ago, Sheikh Yusuf was hailed a national hero in Indonesia, and Sheikh Yusuf is also regarded in South Africa as one of the fighters for liberation, and because of the fact that he came here in exile under the Dutch government who brought him here to the Cape. I thank you.
We are here today celebrating Indonesia Day 2018. This is really a very historic moment as we celebrate our relationship between South Africa and Indonesia. And this is important for us because Indonesia is the world's biggest Muslim population. We also know that the biggest Muslim population in South Africa, you find it right here in the Western Cape. And so this is really for us a great opportunity to bring the Muslim population of Indonesia together with the Indonesian Muslim population. But this is because we share some common humanity between the people of Indonesia and the people of the Western Cape. We are particularly happy to have an annual relationship. We also soon will be visiting Indonesia to facilitate our international trade. And the Muslim people have a very special place here in South Africa and in Indonesia, because one of the first people that came from Indonesia also is buried here in the Western Cape, and we're particularly proud of that historical significance. Also, many years ago, people from Indonesia came here to the Western Cape, and we celebrated also our postal and our cultural history. And the history of the Western Cape and the history of Indonesia is fundamentally a history around Muslim, but also culture, food, and also the language. Because Indonesia language is that very much similar to the language that is spoken here in the early days here in the Western Cape. And so the Muslim population made a big significant contribution to the development of the Afrikaans language, which originated also partly from Indonesia. And this work is also written up by a Muslim scholar about the significance of Afrikaans, the relationship between Indonesia and the Western Cape. So I'm particularly proud to celebrate here also with members of Parliament of Jakarta, because we believe that this is a common humanity that binds the people, the Muslim people, between Indonesia and Muslim people here in the Western Cape.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Eci Ismail. I'm the blogger from halallife.com and the owner of Authentic Asian Cooking Class Lemongrass. Right now, I'm here by Indonesian Day in Cape Town. It's a nice day in Cape Town today, and I would like to introduce you to some of Indonesian foods. So, first of all, rice is our main staple food. So we eat rice from breakfast, lunch, supper, and throughout the day. And then we make rice like fried rice. I don't know if you guys familiar with nasi goreng. That is our favorite breakfast or lunch, even for supper. And we have so many different types of food actually. And we have soto. Soto is a kind of curried soup. And then we eat it with sambal, which is like chili. And the soto can be added with coconut cream, with chili paste, and all kind of ingredient spices. What else? And we also influenced by Chinese cooking. So of course we have some type of dim sum like siomai, and we have other stuffs like satay, for example. Satay is basically like a grilled skewer, lamb and chicken, and all type of could be even beef satay. Yeah, and what else then I'm thinking? But basically in every island they have different type of food. Like in Java, for example, that is very authentic of Indonesian food. So the food usually added up with sweet soy sauce, or we call it kecap manis, and then the food is basically sweet. From Sumatra Island, which is like other part of Java, the food is more like curry. It's more like maybe Malaysian and Thai curry, that type of light curry. And then we go through Bali, which is like close to Java, the other side. It's also spicy, almost like Javanese food. And we got Kalimantan, Borneo with their own soto. Yeah, so please try Indonesian food because we have so much to offer. Okay, thank you. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
يا لا 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 يا لا يا لا 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 يا لا يا لا يا لا يا لا 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 ما تسوى الدنيا تضيق خلقك الحمد لله تابر وضح من حقك بس
Welcome to the second Indonesian Day in this our office in Commonwealth, the office of the Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia. We have Indonesian Days to commemorate or in conjunction with the 73 years of our Independence Day, which was in 1945. And today we are having different kind of culture, different kind of culinary that Cape Townian can enjoy. It is also as a proof that peoples in Cape Town has a close relation way back in the end of the 16th century, where Indonesian descendants moved here. And we also know that in Cape Town we have Makassar, which is also we have a city Makassar in Indonesia, where Sheikh Yusuf arrived here. And for today, it is also as a proof that Indonesia and South Africa has a very close relation. We already opened our diplomatic relation in 1994. And then we also have our embassies in Pretoria and Jakarta in 1995. So with this Indonesian Day, we hope that our close relation can be maintained with the expectation that it's becoming stronger and materialized through the exchange of social and economic relation. Thank you.
Coming from originally from Indonesia. Well, even though we adopt the tradition of noodle from China, but then we kind of modified it to our culture, to our heritage. So we use different ingredients. So what are the difference then? You better check. We have here the Eti, Ibu Eci from Lemongrass Cooking Demo. Can you explain what is Lemongrass Cooking Demo?
Okay, you have it. Thank you, Daddies. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Cape Town. Can I get more response here? I'm gonna cook here, and you probably gonna taste some of my cooking here.
Oh, there's a sample.
Yeah, so
I like it.
Tune in. My name is Ep26. I'm a blogger behind halallife.com, and I have a cooking class called Lemongrass Cooking Class, and I'm proudly Indonesian. With me here is my friend Balkis. She's gonna help me. And today we're gonna cook Japanese fried noodle. So we call it mie goreng Jawa. So now I'm gonna ask not the Indonesian, I'm gonna ask the Cape Townians here. Anyone knows what mie means in English? Come on, I'm gonna give you sample, just one hand. Nah, yeah, okay, I think you're gonna have some sample later. Good. And now goreng. What is goreng? Right, okay. The gentleman, and you can also have. Yeah, so what's the difference between mie goreng, we call it mie goreng Jawa, with, for example, you guys probably have tasted the Thai roasted chili cashew nut noodle, yeah, in our chain restaurant there, and probably also the Chinese chow mein. So the difference is we use this. This is ketchup manis, sweet soya sauce. It's only, sorry, this is not made in Indonesia, but this is the closest. This is a Thai brand, but this one that makes it the difference of the Indonesian fried noodle. noodle with with Thai noodle, for example. So this one is not salty like the other soy sauce. This one is sweet. Okay. And the other things that makes it different is we don't use onion. We use garlic, and we use kemiri or candle nuts. Yeah.
You don't have it here.
Yeah.
We don't have it here in
You
Cape
know
Town. I'm
this?
so sorry.
Yeah. This is candle nut. It gives a nutty flavor, but you can replace it with macadamia nut, or you can omit it at all. So if you don't have this, you just put more garlic. So we don't use onions.
Question: what if I have an allergic with nuts?
With nut, then don't use the.
Oh, okay.
You just
scrap
use
that out.
garlic.
Scrap that out.
Simple. So, okay. And then the other difference is we have this. This is sambal
Look at that,
ulo.
the red hot chili.
Okay, sambal ulo or chili paste. Basically, this is the basic for all Indonesian curries and all Indonesian dishes. So this chili paste or sambal ulo, I make it myself. But you can also buy the in the groceries easily in Spar and other places. This one is content of red chilies. So who knows? Do you think the bigger the chilies, the hotter or the good? So you all gonna get samples there, eh? That part. Come this part, I need some answer here. So and I also have because if you don't like too spicy, too hot, you can also add red pepper to it. But just take out the seeds. Other thing is you can take out the seeds from the chili, so to make it not so strong. And you need some onions. I like small onions because this one is sweeter, and garlic. And what we do in my grandma's time, they use a bigger stone mortar, but now technology, so we use food processor. So you this noodle for the mee goreng, we just need some garlics. This one is for 2 portions, so about 1 or 2 garlics and 2 or 4 candle nuts. I just pestle a mortar and put some water on it, so it looks like this. And we need some chicken. So this is a very versatile dish. If you have some roasted chicken at home, that leftover roasted chicken or whatever, you can just shred it and then you can have it. But the thing is, you can also just boil the chicken. And what I do also, I make the chicken broth to make this more flavoredness. So what I do, I boil the chicken with salt, and then this is the chicken broth. But if you don't want the chicken broth, you can just add some water to it. And the chicken, this is the boiled chicken, and you can always make a big batch of chicken broth and put it in the freezer for next time. Okay. This one, who knows what is this? Bok choy. Yeah, you get sample. So this bok choy, baby bok choy, you can get it mostly now. I think it's in season now. You can get it easily in the shops, but sometimes in winter it's not in seasons. So what you have to do is you have to replace it with carrots or with the Chinese carrots, or with other Asian vegetable. I wouldn't recommend like broccolis and cauliflowers, but it's more like maybe carrots, because carrots is always okay. I just want to pour this solution to the achar. Okay, that's basically done. So we just have to leave it here, but you can always make a big batch and then put it in the fridge for 1 or 2 weeks.
So it's sort of like a dressing, the salad dressing kind of thing.
So you can taste of Indonesian. Okay, so where were we? Okay, then we have celery. It's supposed to be soup celery, but I can't find soup celery this time of the year. Don't know why. So I just use the other celery, but I don't use the stems. Just the celery and spring spring onion, of course, is easy to find any time of the year in Cape Town. What I do, if I cut this, I always put it in my garden. So any time of the year, I can always get spring onion, fresh spring onion. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one. The bok choy, I cut it like this, right? And then this one also just small slices like this. And then I got tomato here. You can use big tomato, doesn't matter. I just use a small tomato because it's sweeter. And I just cut it into two or half it or quarter it. And yeah, basically it's all. And okay, the noodle. What kind of noodle we use? We use egg noodle or yellow noodle. You can buy the, okay, in Cape Town there is some shops that sells the fresh noodle, but otherwise you can get the dried one. Or you can use the 2 minutes noodle that they sell it here actually. So this is actually 2 minutes noodle. Then I boil it to become like this. But you see now, I don't boil it too long. I don't. It's supposed to be still curly and crunchy because we're gonna fry it again later. Okay. And I just use normal oil. You can use any oil, but not olive oil because why? Olive oil is gonna burn in high heat because we're gonna do high heat, right? And just a little bit of butter. They always combine it for Japanese cooking, and that's it.
لا 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 ما تسوى الدنيا تضيق خلقك، الحمد لله ما حد بياخذ منك رزقك، هدي وارتاح تابر واطمح من حقك، بس بلاش العين. لا 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 ما تسوى الدنيا تضيق خلقك، الحمد لله ما حد بياخذ منك رزقك، هدي وارتاح تابر واطمح من حقك، بس بلاش